Hello, my name is Teacher Felicia with SayABC, and I'm here for a few tricks for extending your trial classes. And the first class we're going to start with today is Robot Robby. So I know I hear so many teachers say, oh my goodness, I have Robot Robby today. Oh, I have Robot Robby today. And trust me, I feel your pain. I was there. But I have personally found some great ways to help extend Robot Robby so that your classes go by relatively quickly and you're able to get all the content out of your students and make the class extremely memorable.
Hello, kids. My name is Robot Robby. I need your help.
One of the first things I do when I'm getting ready to teach Robot Robby is that since it is about the body, is I try to wear something on my body that is going to stand out to the students. One thing I know is that we learn about the head. So here we go. I had some cute little headband in order for me to move and wiggle my head. I have lots of different hats and things as well that you can use when you have the students come on as well. And like I said, since it's about the body, I try to wear very colorful leggings like these, because I use my body to help teach the class, obviously, because that is what the whole entire trial lesson is about. Another thing that I will do is, as you know, part of the reward system is that we are going to help Robot Robby put his body back together, because in our previous slide, Robby is all broken up. So one of the things that I ask the students to do is we go ahead and go over Robby's body parts. So I'll say body, and ask students to say body, and I'm like body, and they're body. Great. And I'll have them circle Robot Robby's body, and then we'll draw a line. We'll draw a line to Robot's body. Wow. And I'll have the next student come up and I'll say head, head, circle head. Then draw a line to Robby's head, and we'll go through the whole thing. His arms, yes, his hands, and then we'll do his legs and his feet, and we'll draw lines to all these parts, and then we'll let low.
Hello, kids. My name is Robot Robby. I need your help.
And I'll say, so kids, let's help Robby. Are you ready? And then sometimes they'll say go, or they'll say yes. And if they don't say anything and they're just sitting there, then you can say, I'm ready. Go, go, go. One of the things that I have done with Robot Robby is I've taken little tips from other teachers from previous lessons that I've taught and tried to use it and incorporate it, especially for smaller kids. They seem to get a really good kick out of it. So for instance, we have our one slide and it says head. So we're like a head, a head. Then I like to go a head, and I let them scream as loud as they want to, a head. Then I'll act like I'm sneaking up or I'm checking to make sure there's nobody else in the room, and I'll be like, a head, shh, come here, a head, shh. And they're like, they creep up to the camera and they're like, a head, shh. And I'm like, a head. And of course, parents come in and they're like, what in the world are these kids making all this noise? Once we're over that, I'll ask them to circle the head. Circle the head. And I bring everybody's faces up and I'm like, circle, circle. Let's just scribble all over this page. Circle, circle, circle. And of course, they're getting a kick out of it. They're just like, blah, 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 scribbling all over the page. And I'm like, circle, circle, good blast with that. Afterwards, I'll ask them to shake your head, shake your head, shake your head. And sometimes they get it, sometimes they don't. So I have to say, where's your head? Where's your head? Head. Watch teacher. Shake your head, shake your head. And it's a lot of fun, especially if I have on something like this. Let's see what I get over. And I'm like, shake your head, shake your head. You know, which, by the way, which, by the way, all of these little cheapo props I bought from the Dollar Tree for $1. But I'll say, shake your head, you know, and they are so excited about that. And they're just, you know, the whole class. And I try to do that with every body part. So it makes it a lot more fun. You get the kids up, get them moving, get the blood circulating, and we get through this class. Okay, so I will tell you right now that legs and feet are honestly my favorite slides on this entire lesson. Main reason being, this is my chance to get my students up out of their seats and to extend this lesson. Now, the teacher tips suggest that you use 1 minute per each body part slide. For me, sometimes stretching out to 1 minute seems almost impossible. But I honestly like to give these slides at least 2 to 2.5 minutes because, number one, again, it is all about extension, making sure that these body parts are drilled into their mind. So when it comes to legs, again, that's where those colorful pants come in. I'll be like, stand up, stand up. Legs, legs. Very good. Move your legs, move your legs. At that point, then they're, ooh, we're moving our legs, we're up, we're excited. Because, hey, it's 8 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning here, but it's 7, 8 o'clock at night there, and they're drowsy and they sleepy and they had a long day and they're tired and they're just dragging through this class. So we're getting up and we are moving, and after they're kind of getting the hang of it, I'll be like, move your legs, move your legs, move your legs. And so everybody's up and they're jumping and they're moving, and then we'll go to the next slide and I'm like, feet. And they're feet. Because at this point, we haven't told anybody to sit down yet. So everybody's still standing up and we're feet. Feet. Hey, hey. Feet. Shh. Feet. Shh. Very good. Now, and of course they get a kick out of that. And we're like, move your feet, move your feet. Anything you can do to kind of get them up and moving and going. So by the time you get to the next slide, now everybody's up, they're pumped, and they're ready to go. Now, this slide says just that it takes 2 minutes. When I first started, this slide actually was very hard for me to extend to 2 minutes. Reason being is we've already gone over our body parts. We know what they are. Students can kind of go through it relatively quickly. And so therefore, maybe a minute, 45 seconds into it, especially if you only have 1 or 2 students, we're kind of gone through it. We've beat head, arms, legs, feet, hands to death. So at that point, we're just kind of like, what else should we do? So I like to, at this point, cut everybody's mouths off if it's not already off. And I kind of just circle through. And I'm asking, what do you see? What do you see? what do you see? What do you see? And sometimes I'll have somebody yell out, monkeys, 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 monkeys. And I'm like, yeah, monkeys, and then at that point, everybody else kind of catches on like, oh yeah, we see monkeys too. In the event you have some shy students or they don't say anything, you can be like, monkeys. If they'll say monkeys, I'm like, monkeys. And they'll, monkeys. At that point, I'm like, I see monkeys, monkeys. You know, and I try to get them to do it. I see monkeys, monkeys. And then we'll go from there. I will take it says telescope, but I think they're binoculars. But I'll take the telescope and I'll zoom over just to maybe the monkey's hand and I'll say, what do you see? What do you see? And then while they're sitting there thinking, I'm like, and they go, hands, because at this point, everybody knows what hands are. Hands, yeah. And I'm like, they're your hands? Monkey hands, monkey hands. You know, I see monkey hands. And if we can kind of go through each body part like that, where therefore it kind of switches it up a little bit. We're not just doing our normal body parts, but at this point we have monkey hands. Then it makes the class go a whole lot faster, and we kind of reiterated this information, but we've done it in a way that makes it more fun, makes it stick in their brain, because I promise you, when you're done with your trial class, when they go on to do something else the rest of the day right before they go to bed, if their mother asks them where their hands, head, legs, arms, and feet are, they will know. Now, this particular slide is relatively difficult for myself because one of the teacher tips says that you either drag the students up to the screen, assign each one to a chest. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 chests. Please excuse my ugly numbers. And then the teacher models circling one of the pictures and says the word, and then the teacher moves the picture away and drags the coin, and then the students play by dragging the coins to the treasure chest. So I've tried to have the students circle the picture. One of the problems is when they're trying to circle the picture, depending on how close they click to the picture, they end up moving the picture. They end up getting frustrated, and I usually have at least half the class, if not all of them, end up moving the picture when they're trying to circle. So what I've done is I try to divide this up into 2 groups or 2 teams, or just have 2 students up here at one time, maybe one here, one here. And what I'll do is I'll draw a circle here and a circle, oops, see what I mean? And a circle here. And then I'll say, where, hey, you know, student number 1, where are the hands? Hands, where are the hands? Or do you see hands? And then they can take it and drag it down. And I'm like, look at that.
Hooray!
Hooray! Bing! You now have coins. And then I'll have the student number 2. And I'm like, let me think. Where are legs? Where are the legs? And they're like, boop, in their own little circle. And I'm like, hooray! Yeah, and you got your little bling like that. So that is easier for me. I try to do it teacher tip way. It is not that the instructions are confusing, but sometimes the actual function is confusing to the students. And this way is easier for me. So if you've run into the same issues that I have and you want to try this method, feel free to do so. So I hope that this was helpful to maybe some of our newer SayABC teachers, and even some of our veteran teachers that, you know, maybe still dread and Robot Robby. This is a way to get your students up out of their seats, to get them lethargic, maybe sleepy students who are heading to bed probably right after your class, up and moving, and to make this what used to be not as exciting trial class be just as exciting as the rest of them. Feel free to comment below and let me know what you think of this video, and if you would like any other tips or suggestions for maybe some other trial classes, let me know. Goodbye.